Doing it. All right, there we go. Hello, welcome to Ring Takes, episode 46, bringing in the new year with the guys, Brian and Lewis. As always, Happy New Year to everybody watching, anybody who's going to be joining us live. First time going live here on Ring Takes, so let's see how that goes. I'm going to try to pay attention to the comments, broadcasting to 3 different spaces, so we'll see how that goes. But yep, this is episode 46. Happy New Year. A lot of stuff to talk about. AEW's World End was the last pay-per-view of last year, so we'll be talking about that. Bringing in the first special of this year will be Day 1. Ending the week will be SmackDown's New Year's Revolution. We're going to be talking about Day 1. What better way to talk about Day 1, obviously, than the big news of a former WWE champion appearing, The Rock. The Rock returned after getting fiascoed by Jinder Mahal. Everyone thinking that Jinder Mahal was going to be the returning WWE champion, as he was talking in the ring for 10 minutes. And then after a little while, you're like, somebody else is going to come out. And somebody else did come out. And it's the former World Heavyweight Champion, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, People's Champion, the Brahma Bull, all that good jazz, coming out basically countering the anti-Patriot commentary from Jinder Mahal, which they are kind of keeping on from his crusade when he was a heel back in the day. The Rock coming out to a tremendous ovation. Samantha Irvin, I shared it in the chat where she got hype as well. Apparently she didn't know, or maybe she was just selling really well. But either way, The Rock coming back. We know what The Rock brings with his energy on Raw anytime he makes an appearance. What do you guys think about that? And the mentioning of him kind of alluding to Roman Reigns, the head of the table. How do you guys feel about that?
Before we begin.
Oh, that's a classic.
Nice touch.
All right. It's time. I was waiting for the right time to put this shirt on for the podcast. This is the perfect episode. All right, now I'm gonna just give some quick thoughts, and I'm gonna let you two gentlemen tear down this topic because it has a lot of implications moving forward. But
what implications?
just a general.
It's just The Rock passing through. That's all it is. It ain't nothing special. It's just The Rock passing through.
So I'll give you the people's elbow right now, Daniel.
Yeah. Okay. But before I let you guys go. General reaction. Okay, obviously, we all had our own predictions on who it was going to be. I think Daniel predicted it was going to be Big E. I on the low thought.
I wish
on the low thought it was just going to be like another legend just stopping by. There wasn't going to be much to it. Just a quick segment. Didn't see the Rock coming. Came out of left field. Obviously, he had such an impact on, I like to say, all of us as kids, still to the point that when his music plays, that like everything around me kind of stops. So when when his music played, I literally stopped what I was doing, turned and looked at the TV, and then he walked out, and like it was just like with the when CM Punk returned, like I literally couldn't move for like 20 seconds because I kind of was thinking that why would they bring him back now if they weren't going to use him for some a future match down the line, whether it would be at the Rumble or Elimination Chamber or WrestleMania or where else. But obviously seeing The Rock, him tearing into Jinder Mahal. I mean, you saw some reports that apparently he went 5 minutes over his allotted time, but to me, that's The Rock. So you gotta give him that. 5 minutes that he went over would have been geared towards that tag team match that came up, the women's tag team match that came up next anyway. So the way I see it, he did us all a favor. So so obviously it was an entertaining promo. You got his catchphrases. He takes out Jinder Mahal. And then he makes the declaration of should I sit at the head of the table, which has made social media go absolutely crazy ever since he made the comment. You got some people who love it and just happy to have The Rock back. You got other people who are diehard Cody Rhodes fans that are fearing for their life. That him coming back doesn't mean that Cody loses his WrestleMania spot. And then you got people like me who are kind of neutral, just happy to see The Rock, but not fully informed on what that means moving forward. But I'm just anytime we get The Rock, I'm always thrilled. Like I said before, he's a guy that kind of started my love for professional wrestling back in the day in the late 98, 99, 2000. So anytime I see him, it's a joy. I mean, if he's going to be back in the ring, it's even more of a joy. Whether that, no matter what event it is, if it does end up being WrestleMania, cool. But good to see The Rock back. Now, I know that since The Rock has appeared, like I said, future implications for WrestleMania may be impacted, may not be impacted. I know we've kind of had this running feud between the two of you on this show on whether or not Cody Rhodes is going to win the Royal Rumble. So I'm going to let you two gentlemen go now as The Rock has come back.
The Rock.
Somebody predicted this a couple months ago that someone's negativity could impact Cody Rhodes'
Here we go.
Potential story clinching win. I believe it was the man that's at the bottom of the screen here, Lewis at the bottom, predicted that The Rock would come back in some capacity.
You can't accept reality. I'm telling you, in this day and age, no one wins the Rumble back to back. That's all I'm saying. I don't know what negativity you're talking about. I don't even think I mean, I don't know. Maybe we've talked a lot, but I don't think I ever brought back saying I want.
You predicted that The Rock would come back. It was your negativity.
How is that
negativity?
How's that negativity? There was a whole strike. What else was The Rock going to do?
Because
crazy thing is, I saw online.
Story.
Huh? I never said I didn't want.
A man has to finish his story.
I know.
It's the right thing,
but the Rumble is not the right way to do it. And I've been saying this for a year now. You are just too stubborn and don't want to listen to reality.
What if, as I've been alluding to, what if they're just stacking the deck for Cody Rhodes to go through all these guys and win the Rumble?
No. Why would you do the same
Punk,
story? The same exact story.
Thunder, The Rock.
There's no reason for him
to go. It's not the same exact story.
It is, though.
It's not the same exact story.
He's good. He wins at the Rumble. He goes to WrestleMania again. That's the same story.
Now there's more people involved. He's not number. He can't be number 30.
Him winning the Rumble guarantees he's in the spot. With all these moving parts, that's where everything's in question. And that's why I'm like, you're not just gonna have CM Punk come back and boom, or he just gets a title shot. That's why I'm like, I guarantee you CM Punk is winning the Rumble this year. Which is why I'm like, I've already known that Cody was not going to win the Rumble. I'm like, Cody can get a title shot at Roman. We know this now, any way, shape, or form. It does not have to be the Rumble. This man goes to SmackDown whenever he wants. This man pulls people to Raw whenever he wants. He does whatever the hell he wants. There's no reason why you would just give him the Rumble again to do the same thing again. And yes, if you did it, man
has to win the Royal Rumble.
No, he doesn't.
He has to.
No, he does
That's
not.
the pathway. It's the WWE Championship. It's tradition. You have to go through that hurdle to get there.
He's been there. And
that's
he
all
lost.
I'm saying.
And he's been there and he lost.
And he
Why
lost.
Would you do the
and
same
he has
thing
to finish
again?
the story.
Okay, it can be done another way. I don't get why this is not allowed in your mind.
Because the Elimination Chamber to get to the WWE Championship just doesn't sit right with me.
I mean, it happened to Kofi.
I just don't.
Did not happen to Kofi?
Well, Kofi lost in the Chamber.
But that was SmackDown.
Still catapulted him to WrestleMania.
Yeah, he was in the final too. I'll say
Still catapulted him to WrestleMania. And look at that.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. So what Lewis is saying, you can lose. What Lewis is saying, you can lose any big main event match and still get to the title. It doesn't matter.
Cody can do that. Cody can do that because we've seen this. We already know that the brand split is not a real thing. To hell with
tradition. It is a real thing.
And what Cody's been doing is traditional. This man is doing whatever he wants. He goes to SmackDown whenever he wants. But he's not they haven't labeled him as he's a free agent and can go anywhere. No, he's part of Raw and has been on SmackDown how many times? Just because he wants to? You're telling me he has to get the Rumble just to fight Roman? No.
Roman Reigns was on break, and they needed an alternative. They needed somebody to fill in during his absence, and they brought in Cody.
What else you got, Dan? What else you got? Anywho, let me talk about
The Rock. Cody Rhodes has to fill the story.
Let me just talk about the Rock coming back.
Thank you. Let's stick to the topic at hand. That's why it's there.
Try to throw shade with saying all of this is my fault because you don't listen to reason. Anywho,
it's your negativity.
Okay, whatever. I'll take it. I would think I only got speculation about The Rock probably being there on Monday Night Raw was because I guess he was at one of these football games recently that was in San Diego. So everybody's like, "Oh, Rock's here. He's probably going to be on Monday Night Raw." And lo and behold, he showed up, which, like Brian said, always a great spot seeing The Rock come back. That music hitting, iconic. I remember when he would have the helicopter and the street visual come out. I thought was always awesome. But the fact that, obviously still has like the guitar. And the guitar hitting and everything is just
fucking Hollywood Rock.
I think Jinder has always just been that guy to like hate. But me thinking of like him having this faction, I feel like they could have probably used somebody else. Maybe like I know he's not on Raw, but what's his name? Grayson Waller. Like I feel like that would have been a perfect spot for him. Or did he have a spot with who did Rock go after last time when they were here? Or was that
Austin Theory?
Austin Theory. That's why I feel like Grayson Waller probably would have been a better fit for that, just because I felt like Jinder is like in this new type of role, and then to kind of just go back to the Maharaja and everything and just talk crap for whatever reason, it was just a little but hey, that's the spot. And Jinder is a big dude, and the fact they actually got some hits in, kudos to him. But The Rock's still gonna come in.
That's the hit counter. You're always looking for somebody to get hits in that.
I've never seen anybody really get a couple hits like that. But I was shocked that that The Rock finally, referenced, the tribal chief and all this, and is just throwing that wrench in there, like, hey, let's do it. I think my only thing is, I don't know what The Rock is going to look like in the ring right now, and Roman's he's at the top of his game right now. Is this going to be like a Stone Cold Kevin Owens type match? Can The Rock really still go? Or are we going to get some type of freak accident like Shane? He runs in, boom, blows out his like age is catching up with everybody.
I know.
I just hope
The Rock is in better shape than Shane McMahon.
Exactly. Don't make that. Yeah, I understand the comparison, but
a long time shit is bound to happen. I just hope.
Don't do that to The Rock, man.
I'm not saying. Hey, like you said, the man is in great physical peak condition, but we don't know if he still trains like he's going in the ring. I think he's training more for muscle and everything. I don't know what
appearance.
Appearances, I guess. But I'm very curious to see. I saw online, or I think one of you guys sent it. It's probably for Elimination Chamber, which I really, really hope it does, because I don't want that to overshadow someone's story. Because that's what I want to happen. He can. It just doesn't have to be in the Rumble.
Okay, here's my thing about that. Now, we know Elimination Chamber this year is going to be in Australia, and they're making it a stadium show. I was under the impression that the show had already sold out. Is that correct, or do we not know?
I haven't really read anything on that.
See, if the show is not sold out, you need an attraction. Obviously, there ain't no bigger attraction than Roman Reigns and The Rock. But if the show is already sold out, you can save Roman Reigns and The Rock for another time. It doesn't even necessarily have to be this year's WrestleMania. The match kind of tells its own story. It doesn't need the world championship, because the star name power is big enough. So I would kind of understand why they would do it at Elimination Chamber, kind of get it over with and move on. But I almost think it's too big for Elimination Chamber. That it's got to be somewhere else.
Who won last year's Elimination
I was
Chamber?
looking at it from this. I was looking at it from the standpoint of maybe that was just a way to tune more eyes in on SmackDown in their event on Friday. Because now The Rock mentioned Roman Reigns, maybe that brings a little bit more eyes there. Obviously, it could set up a pay-per-view match. Obviously, the WrestleMania would be the bonk on the head, right? It's the main attraction, right? It's WrestleMania. This whole storyline to have this Samoan bloodline complete would be The Rock, right? Because Roman already went through everybody else. He has Solo by his side. The Rock is the main guy, right? And apparently, this was supposed to happen at last year's WrestleMania, but didn't happen because it just fell apart. Rock couldn't make the dates or whatever the case may be. Apparently, he has time now. So looking at it from that standpoint, I would love my idea would be if The Rock ever entered the Royal Rumble.
I was just gonna bring that up.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy if The Rock entered the Royal Rumble. I've already been saying that the Royal Rumble looks like it's going to be the most stacked ever. It looks like it's going to be crazy.
There's so much going
potentially
on.
If The Rock somehow gets involved in that.
Now you're talking about a possible Final Four. Possible Final Four of Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, The Rock, and LA Knight. Now you talk about a Final Four where you can't call it. Like now.
I mean, I'm already
well,
knocking
we can call it in that situation. Yeah, LA Knight's out of there. Yeah, even if Gunther's in that spot. Even if Gunther's in that spot, he's out. He's not winning. If those final three are in there, then he's not winning. But I'm just saying, if they go that route and enter him in the Royal Rumble, that's WWE has just put all their cards in the middle of the table, all their chips in the middle of the table, and have said, let's go for it. If they do anything in that capacity and just bring all these people back at Royal Rumble leading into WrestleMania season, it's like I can't remember a type of buzz this is creating in terms of what leading up to WrestleMania. There's been no type of buzz. Maybe Mike Tyson when he was there trying to assisting DX with HBK and Shawn Michaels against Austin. Maybe that was the last time that type of generated buzz was there. But if they can pull this off and bringing all these people back and doing it in this capacity, that would be nuts. That would be nuts. I don't know how they're going to do it, if they're going to do it, but if they do that, it'll be crazy.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be even more surprise returns and stuff, and it's just like this Rumble is going to be crazy.
I mean, Triple H is already teasing another announcement this coming Thursday for a 2024 WWE preview that's going to be airing on Peacock. I think they're going to preview 2024. I guess all the events and give predictions as to what's going to happen in 2024. And apparently, he's going to make a big announcement on that as well. So we don't know what that is. That could be anything.
Bring back all the old.
I mean, just in general, because we are
Judgment Day.
Oh, that would be dope. That would be dope. I remember I think it was DirecTV used to send out the posters with the pay-per-views on there. Mm-hmm. They used to have a poster of like The Rock, Triple H, Austin, Undertaker. Yep. I used to have those. So just looking at it from that standpoint, it's like if they do that, a breakdown of what they're doing, like the schedule, that would be dope. Because they are going international. Backlashes in France. I believe they're doing a bash in Berlin. Who knows what other stuff they're going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the chat here because we have some people commenting. But just in general, just that type of buzz for WrestleMania leading to that point. And this week that they have planned, basically New Year's Evil is tonight. I'm going to try to catch up on that tonight. They have the press conference tomorrow. They have the schedule, as Brian said, the release or whatever the breakdown of the updates of what they're doing on Thursday. And then they're going into this SmackDown's Revolution to end the week. It's like WWE is literally controlling the wrestling world this week with this promo layout for 2024. So definitely big things to expect from that, and to see how they're doing that leading up to this with The Rock, CM Punk coming back, Jade Cargill potentially to appear at the Royal Rumble. We just saw a report that Trinity's potentially coming back. That's the doors open still for Sasha Banks. It's like on top of what they already have. The wrestling world, WWE owns the wrestling world with just the promotion, just the allure of the unknown. For sure. Let's get into, well, The Rock is coming back in some type of capacity. Obviously, we think that it's either going to be WrestleMania. Somebody's in the chat saying that they won't do it at Perth. I'm like, again, the stadium show in Australia. I mean, they did it for John Cena, bringing him back for, what was it, Crown Jewel?
Crown Jewel,
or the Superstar, or Superstar, whatever it was, the Crown Jewel, whatever the case may be. We've seen them bringing people to do these type of shows. It's like, is he going to be in some type of capacity of that? That would be awesome to see. But let's move on to probably something that pissed me off.